Welcome back. I've been playing Stella Sora for a few days now, and I'm here to deliver my personal first impressions. I went to this game thinking it would be a super challenging bullet hell game, but instead I felt like the game started off really slow and all the fun and exciting stuff are introduced later on. Are you thinking of trying out this cutesy anime roguelite game? Well, come check out my first impressions in this sponsored video. The new player gameplay loop involves around ascending one of the 3 monoliths. These have varying difficulties which is locked by account levels. Upon entering the monolith, you can crawl through the dungeon room by room, picking up musical notes and improving your characters with different buffs. After you beat the boss, you can then save your character's upgrades and turn it into a record. It's a good idea to note that each run is different, so you can have a better or worse run depending on the upgrades you get through your whole monolith run. Anyway, from here on out, you must use save record so that you can use that buffs that you got from that run onto the material dungeon, arena, boss fights, and so much more. Here on the screen, you can see all the potential upgrades that you've earned on that monolith run, and each run is unique on its own. If you ended up with a better run than your previous one, then you can discard the other ones for tickets. Now let's talk about some of the later game modes where you can use your save record runs on, starting with the Menace Arena. This is one of the many modes that you can play and enjoy without having to use any stamina. It has 10 sets of stages with varying difficulties with a boss fight at the end of each stage. There are also different element stages that you can try out, making long-term replayability and building separate mono teams in the future. This mode features a full autoplay game mode that will let you progress through the stages while you're AFK, as long as you have the game running. Very useful if you want to get to the later stages that require you to manually play or if you're just under leveled. Moving on to the next game mode, the first somewhat challenging content of the game is the bounty boss fights, where you can fight special bosses. This is actually the first time I've found myself below 50% HP, so it was actually having a good time for me. I'm definitely looking forward to see how much harder the higher difficulty versions of these bosses play out in the future. Whether they get more attacks or hit twice as hard, or more bullet hell. That's what we want, right? The third game mode the game has to offer is the Cataclysm Survivor. Have you ever played a survivor game before? This is pretty much similar to those games where you just fend off hordes and waves of monsters after another, selecting upgrades here and there. While this mode lets you have autoplay, it's actually easy to die when you aren't paying attention or dodging manually. It would be neat if they actually had an infinite mode for this, just to see how far you can snowball and then, trade in your extra points for materials in the end. Perhaps they might have this mode like way later down the line in like maybe harder difficulties, but for now, I'm still in the early bit of gameplay, so we'll see in the end. Stella Sora is a gacha game, and players can opt in to roll for the latest rate-up character if they wish so. They also need to roll for their disc, which acts like a weapon or equipment in other gacha games. You're guaranteed at least one limited rate-up character within 120 recruits. This does not reset the hard pity at 160 recruits. There is also a 50% chance that you will get your limited character, but the good thing is it doesn't reset your hard pity if you don't end up getting the limited rate-up character, so you could collect a bunch of other 5-star rare recruits along the way until you hit your 161th hard pity, if you're unlucky. I only have a little bit of tips, and the most important one is to follow all the quest missions and event pages, as they are going to give an abundance of materials to upgrade all of your characters and disc or weapons and stuff. This way you don't have to waste too much stamina on farming ascension materials. Stamina does become a bit of a problem later on when you want to upgrade your characters. There is also a coupon code called Boss Gift for extra rewards. If you ever find yourself low on experience books to level up your characters, then go ahead and check out the Menace Arena. Alright, that's all about it. Happy hunting! Sometimes you just want to turn off your brain, and that's where autoplay comes in handy. I actually use this feature a lot, as I only need to focus on dodging and moving my character around on the screen. If you got a powerful save record on your character is over leveled, this feature also helps a lot, because you don't need to do anything at all then. This sweet feature also comes in handy because, let's face it, no one ever really wants to repeat the same material dungeon over and over in a gacha game, right? Especially when there are other exciting game modes to play, or you just want to farm, the monolith dungeon, try to get a best run as you can. Overall, Stella Sora is a fun, light game to play on the side. The game might start off really slow and confusing at first, but it does pick up a lot more later on. And with exciting boss fights and challenges, I think you'll have a lot of fun. If you ended up liking what you saw, then please go ahead and try the game out using my link below. Stella Sora is available on both PC and mobile device, and I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!